Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great matchup between two Shawnee Mission schools as the Shawnee Mission North Indians, coached by Evan Brandt, take on the Shawnee Mission South Raiders, coached by Seth Peck. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from North.
Hi, I'm Marlo, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Thomas, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Brian. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Logan, and I'm a sophomore.
And our contestants from South.
Hi, I'm Evan, and I'm a senior.
I'm Bennett. I'm a senior.
I'm Nick, and I'm a senior.
I'm Creighton, and I'm a senior.
And I'm Ben, and I'm a senior.
All right, fantastic. Here in the first round of categories, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that category. We did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by the Indians, so Shawnee Mission North. Here is the first category. It is U.S. history. Paterson, New Jersey may not make you think of the Old West, but it was here that what famous gun was developed in 1836? Brian.
Flintlock.
Cannot accept flintlock. Raiders, chance to steal this U.S. history category. Paterson, New Jersey may not make you think of the Old West, but it was here that what famous gun was developed in 1836? Ben.
What is the Colt Single Action Army?
That is correct. Staying with you, Raiders, vocabulary. Give me that single English word which, as a verb, means to box with fists, and as a noun, means a mast or a boom. Time. Indians, chance to steal vocabulary. Give me that single English word which, as a verb, means to box with fists, and as a noun, means a mast or a boom. Spar. Spar is what we're looking for. North, you get the next category. It's general knowledge. Name the only place in the continental United States where another flag flies higher than the American flag. Brian Pete.
Texas?
It's not Texas. Raiders, chance to steal this general knowledge question. Name the only place in the continental United States where another flag flies higher than the American flag. Ben.
The United Nations.
It is the United Nations. Raiders, staying with you, poetry, specifically children's poetry. Identify the classic poem in which the hero, for a while, occupies a dangerous position successfully, but eventually suffers a literal downfall, in spite of all the attempts of the cavalry and infantry to revive him. Creighton.
What is Humpty Dumpty?
It is Humpty Dumpty. Indians, world geography. What we call a bear, the ancient Romans called Ursus. Give me the German word for bear, which names a major Swiss city. Brian B.
Bern.
It is Bern. Very good. South, math is the category. What is the smallest two-digit number that is a cube? Ben.
8.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this math category. What is the smallest two-digit number that is a cube? Thomas.
27.
27. Indians, we are staying with you. Again, the category is math, this time geometry terminology. In geometry, what is a tangent? Brian B.
Opposite of adjacent.
I cannot accept that. Raiders, chance to steal this math terminology, specifically in geometry. In geometry, what is a tangent? Ben.
A line that touches a circle at only one point.
At only 1 point. Very good. Staying with you, South, the category is world geography. Which two independent South American countries are named after famous men? Nick.
Bolivia and Colombia.
Those are the two. Indians, sports is your category. Canton, Ohio is the site of the National Football League Hall of Fame. Where is the National Rodeo Hall of Fame?
Brian B.
Kansas City.
It is not Kansas City. Raiders, chance to steal this sports. I guess it's a sports question. Kenton, Ohio is the site of the National Football League Hall of Fame. Where is the National Rodeo Hall of Fame? Ben.
Nashville?
It is not Nashville. Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. South, staying with you, fine arts is the category. Name the type of modern art that cannot be easily identified or understood. Ben?
Abstract.
That is abstract. Nice. Back to you, Indians. Government and economics is the category. Which amendment provides the accused a right to a public and speedy trial in criminal prosecutions? Brian B.
The 6th.
It is the 6th. Nice job. Back to you, South. General knowledge. You're looking through the help wanted ads in the newspaper and notice that some include the letters EOE. What do these letters stand for? Time on that. Indians, chance to steal this general knowledge question. You're looking through the help wanted ads in the newspaper or perhaps even online now. And notice that some of those include the letters EOE. What do those letters stand for? Brian B.
Everyone on everyone.
That is not true. That it is equal opportunity employer. Equal opportunity employer. North, we are staying with you. Current events is the category. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas traveled to which Belgian city to address foreign ministers of the EU countries and ask them, Brian B.
Brussels.
It is Brussels. Back to you, Raiders, U.S. history. What line of business caused the growth of Dallas, Houston, and Tulsa? Creighton?
What is the cattle industry?
It is not cattle. Indians, chance to steal this U.S. history question. What line of business caused the growth of Dallas, Houston, and Tulsa? Arlo.
The oil industry.
It is the oil industry. Very good. Indians, we are staying with you. Science, specifically geology, is the next category. What yellow fossilized resin did the Greeks and Romans use in jewelry? Logan?
Amber.
Amber. Nice job. Coming back to you, Raiders, sports is the category. The length for this grueling Alaskan race course is 1,100. Ben?
Iditarod.
It is the Iditarod. Indians, literature is the category. Who are the two main characters of both William Gibson's Miracle Worker and the movie adapted from it? Raiders, chance to steal this literature category. Who were the two main characters of both William Gibson's Miracle Worker and the movie adapted from it? Helen Keller and Annie Sullivan are the two. Raiders, you have the next category. It is health and medicine. What branch of healing arts is symbolized by the mortar and pestle? Ben?
Pharmacy? Pharmaceuticals?
Yep, very good. Coming back to you, North, vocabulary is the category. What is the four-syllable name for the study of human factors in the design and operation of machines and their physical environments? Time on that. Raiders, chance to steal this vocabulary category. What is the four-syllable name for the study of human factors in the design of operation of machines and their physical environments? Evan.
Ergonomics.
Ergonomics, very good. Staying with you, Raiders, current events is the category. It is multiple choice. According to Oxfam, the world's richest 1% got what percent of earnings generated in 2017? Is it 63, 71, 82, or 91? Ben?
82.
It is 82. Back to you, North. Music is the category. It is the only orchestra instrument with unadjustable pitch. So when a symphony orchestra tunes up before a performance, what instrument gives the pitch? Arlo?
The tuba.
It is not the tuba. Raiders, chance to steal this music category. It is the only orchestral instrument with unadjustable pitch. Evan?
Oboe.
It is the oboe. Raiders, staying with you, the category is government and economics. What is the name given to projects designed to appropriate government spending to a member of Congress's home district? Ben?
Pork barrel politics.
That's very good. Pork barrel. Yep. North, coming back to you, literature is the category. In what long novel, by what author, do we meet Raskolnikov? Time on that one. Raiders, chance to steal this literature category. In what long novel, by what author, do we meet Raskolnikov? Nick?
War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy.
Close. Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky. It's kind of one of the two, right? All right. Raiders, we are staying with you. Geography is the category. What is the term given to countries who do not have ocean access? Ben?
Landlocked.
Landlocked, very good. Coming back to you, North, vocabulary. Medicines sold by descriptive or chemical names, not by brand, are called what? Time on that. South, chance to steal this vocabulary category. Medicines sold by descriptive or chemical names, not by brand, are called what? Evan?
Generics.
They are called generics. Staying with you, Raiders, military history is the category. On a quiet Eastern Sunday in 1945, American forces invaded the Japanese home islands. On what island did they land first? Ben?
Iwo Jima.
It is not Iwo Jima. Indians, chance to steal this military history question. On a quiet Eastern Sunday in 1945, American forces invaded the Japanese home islands. Brian B.
Oanaku.
Cannot accept that. It's Okinawa. Okinawa. Indians, you do get the next question, however. It is world history. In the French Constitution of 1795, this group of five was designated as the holder of executive power in the French government. What was this group of five called? Brian B.
The Directorate.
It is the, yep, there you go. Nice job. And that siren distracted me just a little bit. That does denote the end of our first half. And we have a good game going on here with Shawnee Mission South score of 14, Shawnee Mission North 7. As we head into our halftime, we will go to a member of each team as they will give us a campus update. And Brian B., you're giving us the update for Shawnee Mission North. So what's happening on Johnson Drive?
So our winter musical, The Drowsy Chaperone, just ended this weekend. It was a very good performance with fairly decent attendance. Our ROTC squad also placed first at their regional competition in Oklahoma City, and they're headed to Florida for nationals this year. Conditioning for our spring sports has gotten in a full swing, and our winter WPA dance is a week from this Saturday.
All right, lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff happening. And Bennett, you're giving us the update for Shawnee Mission South, so what is happening with the Raiders?
Our academic decathlon team has just won state. The winter musical Beauty and the Beast is about to start up here in a few weeks, and our robotics team has just begun their build season.
All right, fantastic. Do you feel like you could have just stopped after you said the academic decathlon took state? That's pretty much all you needed to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, great things happening at both schools. As we get ready to begin our second half, the lightning round here on categories, we will start off with our traditional look and listen question, in which we have a monitor here in the studio for our contestants, and we will be showing the same images for you at home. The look and listen question is worth 2 points to start us off, and just this reminder to contestants, when someone rings in, that we cannot rewind the video. We have to go from where it is stopped. So here we go. Both teams, hands on buzzers. Here is the look and listen question. Are we viewing the north, south, east, or west entrance of this residence? Evan.
West.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Indians, chance to steal. Thomas.
North.
It is actually the south. It is the south side of it. All right, so we did not award any points on our look and listen question, so we are going to continue with our lightning round in which questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, of course, they earn a point for their squad. Just like in the first round, if they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. So both teams, here is the first category of the lightning round. It is fine arts sculpture, both teams. The Kuros of Sunion was created during what period of Greek sculpture? Brian B.
The Golden Age?
It is not the Golden Age. Raiders, chance to steal this fine arts sculpture category. The Kuros of Sunion was created during what period of Greek sculpture? Nick.
Doric.
Close. Archaic. Archaic. Both teams, general knowledge is the category. What group of birds is known as a skein when they're in flight and a gaggle while they're on the ground? Logan.
Geese.
It is geese. Government and economics for both teams. What constitutional powers have been granted to the spouse of the President of the United States, traditionally known as the First Lady? Brian B.
None.
None. That's correct. If it was a first husband, same story. All right, science, biology is the next category. What would you call blood plasma from which the fibrogen has been removed? Ben?
Platelets?
It is not platelets. Indians, chance to steal this science biology category. What would you call blood plasma from which the fibrogen, I mispronounced that the first time, fibrinogen has been removed? Just known as serum at that point. We have a next category for both teams. It is sports swimming. In what kind of swimming race may any stroke be used according to its name? Arlo. No, I'm sorry, Brian B.
Freestyle.
It is freestyle. Arlo, didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I apologize for that. U.S. geography for both questions. Name 2 of the 4 states which have had active volcanoes in the 20th century. Ben.
Montana and Washington.
Sorry, cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Name 2 of the 4 states which have had active volcanoes during the 20th century. Brian B.
Washington and Oregon.
I'm sorry, that also is incorrect. Washington is one of them. Hawaii, California, Alaska. I thought you guys would get Hawaii before Washington, but it's all right. Fine arts for both teams. In the Richard Strauss opera, Salome is noted for a dance she performed before King Herod. What dance did she do? She did the dance of the 7 veils. I knew it was on the tip of your tongue. World history for both teams. What country turned down the opportunity to finance Columbus in 1843? Excuse me, it was 1483. But Ben, go ahead.
Portugal.
Portugal, thank you. Thank you for getting that right, because 1843 was way off. All right. General knowledge for both teams. Physiologically, a yawn signifies not tiredness or boredom, but lack of what? Nick?
Oxygen.
Lack of oxygen. U.S. geography. Name the 2 U.S. states whose largest cities shares the same name. Evan.
Kansas and Missouri.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. North, you have a chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Name the 2 U.S. states whose largest cities share the same name. Brian P.
New York and Jersey.
I cannot accept that. It's Oregon and Maine. They're both, their largest cities are Portland. U.S. history for both teams. Separation of church and state was written into the First Amendment, but it wasn't until 1833 that the last state church was disestablished in the United States. In what state was that? Bennett.
Alabama.
It's not Alabama. Indians, chance to steal this U.S. history question. Separation of church and state was written into the First Amendment, but it wasn't until 1833 that the last state church was disestablished in the United States. In what state was it? Brian B.
Virginia.
It's not Virginia, it's Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Science, zoology is the category. It is a suborder of the mammalian order Artiodactyla. Its members include camels, sheep, and antelopes. What is the correct zoological term for the split-hooved, cud-chewing mammals? Brian B.
Horses.
Cannot accept horses. Raiders, chance to steal this science zoology question. It is a suborder of the mammalian order Artiodactyla, and its members include camels, sheep, and antelopes. What is the correct zoological term for the split-hooved? Bennett.
Bovine.
It's not bovine. Ruminants. Ruminants would be the correct term. Is it ruminants? Ruminants. Very good. Literature is the next category. His first name was Publius, and his last name was Maro. But he was best known for his middle name. He is famous for his literary works, which includes his masterpiece, the Aeneid. Who was he? Ben?
Homer.
It's not Homer. Indians, chance to steal this literature question. His first name was Publius, and his last name was Maro. He is best known by his middle name. He is famous for his literary works, including his masterpiece, the Aeneid. Who was he? Thomas?
Kafka.
It's not Kafka, it's Virgil. Virgil. Sports history for both teams. Name any two of the original 8 American Football League teams. Ben.
Green Bay Packers and Kansas City Chiefs.
Cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this sports history question. Name any two of the original 8 American Football League teams. Brian B.
The Ravens and the Jets.
Cannot accept that. Boston Patriots, Buffalo Bills, Dallas Texans, who later became the Chiefs, Denver Broncos, Houston Oilers, Los Angeles Chargers, New York Titans, and the Oakland Raiders. Science is the next category, specifically mining. In the early days of mining and excavation, the rock was not the main obstacle, but what was? Nick.
Ore.
I cannot accept ore. Indians, chance to steal this science and mining category. In the early days of mining and excavation, the rock was not the main obstacle, but what was? Logan.
The mud.
Cannot accept it. We're looking for the water, especially maybe the flooding. U.S. government for both teams. Fairly long question, so please pay attention. The first recorded meeting of this group of government officials was on November 26, 1791. With George Washington presiding, the participants were Thomas Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton, Henry Knox, and Edmund Randolph. What kind of meeting was it? Evan.
First Continental Congress.
I cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this U.S. government question. Brian B.
The Second Continental Congress.
Is not. It was the first cabinet meeting. The first cabinet meeting is what we're looking for. Spelling for both teams. How do you spell rheumatism? Nick.
RHEUMATISM.
That is rheumatism. Nice job. Music, specifically instruments. What musical instrument has cantors and drones? Ben?
Drums?
No, cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this music instruments category. What musical instrument has cantors and drones? Thomas.
A banjo.
It's not the banjo, it's the bagpipe. Bagpipe. U.S. history for both teams. When he applied to West Point, his sponsoring congressman dropped his first name of Hiram and made the boy's mother's maiden name his new middle name. So now we have no president named Hiram, but we know him by what other name? Nick.
Ulysses S. Grant.
That is correct. Very good. General knowledge for both teams. What type of cookware gives the best heat conduction? Is it cast iron, aluminum, or copper? Ben.
Copper.
It is copper. Science for both teams. What type of sound wave has a frequency above 20,000 cycles per second? Ben?
Hypersonic?
It is not hypersonic. Indians, chance to steal this science category. What type of sound wave has a frequency above 20,000 cycles per second? Brian B.
Sonic.
Cannot accept that. Ultrasonic is what we're looking for. Shakespeare for both teams. In Hamlet, from whom does Hamlet learn that his father has been murdered? Brian B.
Macbeth.
It's not Macbeth. Raiders, chance to steal this Shakespeare question. In Hamlet, from whom does Hamlet learn that his father has been murdered? Ben.
Horatio?
It's not Horatio. It's his father's ghost. His father's ghost tells him. All right, that siren does denote the end of our contest. We have a final score of Shawnee Mission South 19 coming out on top over Shawnee Mission North 10. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County. Ooh.